In order to make sure that your lead magnet will really resonate with your audience, one thing that you can do is take an objective that you're hearing consistently and overcome it with your lead magnet. The one that we're hearing a lot right now is it's not a good time to buy property. If I were you, what I would do with that is I would create a video series or like a pitch deck to evaluate a property. So I would teach them how to evaluate a property, its location, the condition of the property, and then how to project its growth and profit for the property. So, however you do that, I mean, I would just make the video series pretty basic. I would also maybe put in like if you have like an Excel spreadsheet or something where people can kind of plug in some numbers and get like a basic profit or something off of it. I would add that in too so that you have a nice package so that people can go ahead and use that in order to start thinking about buying property. Another thing, which is what we're going to talk about, actually, we're going to do a demonstration here in this video, is there are no good deals in city anymore, right? So there are no good deals. So why even try? So this is one thing that we're going to do in this demonstration. We're going to create a map with highlighted neighborhoods with some pop-out comps that you can showcase what has been sold or leased in this area so that you can prove that there are still good deals in certain areas. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download this PDF here that's with the video. You're going to go ahead and click on it. You will see here I cannot edit this, so I'm going to have to do what the big red box says. I'm going to have to go to File, Make a Copy, Entire Presentation. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to call it Map of Industrial Sales in Phoenix. Lead magnet. All right, I'm going to hit Make a Copy. I saved it so that I could find it later. All right, now I can edit this one. And I'm going to say industrial, noteworthy, industrial sales in Phoenix. All right, so of course you would change out this footer in order to do your logo plus all of your contact information. We're not going to do all of that, but what we are going to do is you can choose whatever GIS software that your brokerage has available. I'm just going to click in the Google Slides and then I'm going to paste it. All right, and I'm just going to size it. And then I'm going to move it so that it's about where I want it to be. And I'm going to go crop. So if you are using this for digital purposes, you can go right to the edge. And what I did here is I just hit the crop button right here. And then that gave me these little arrows, and I'm just going to go right to the edge. If you are going to print it, I would suggest giving yourself some room here. So maybe make it to go about like a quarter in here or a half inch in. But for digital, this will be fine. So at this point, I'm going to assume that you have done some comparables. So you've either done some sales comparables or some leasing comparables so that you have a good idea of where there are good deals here in the city that can still be found. Then you're going to be able to have a good idea of some areas. So here's where we're going to highlight this. So all I did is I clicked on shapes and then I'm going to hit this circle here. And I'm going to highlight an area that still has good deals here in Phoenix. Now I'm going to click on fill color. I'm going to choose a color and then I'm going to click on it one more time and then I'm going to hit this little plus button here, add a custom color. And I'm going to make it transparent. I'm going to hit OK. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the comparables for this area. And so I'm going to go to callouts. I'm going to select this. And I'm going to do this. And you can adjust this as well. Okay. Now with the comparables, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some pictures that I've saved here and I'm going to pull them in. And I'm just going to size them up a little bit and put them in. Same with this one. Now an easy way to kind of get them all the same size is just put the next one on top of it. And then you can size it around to be about the same size as the one underneath it. Now we're going to add a text box. And we're just going to say 123 address. Street. We'll say, 30,000 square feet, and then at dollar per square foot. And a little minus here. And by the way, what I did to do the plus or minus is I held down the Alt key, 2 for 1. Okay, 2 for 1. And that's how I do that. All right, so I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. And now I'm just going to create a duplicate of this, and I'm just going to put it right here. And then I'll do the same thing with this one down here. So you get the idea. You can sit here and use the arrow key to get them all exactly the way that you like it. You have enough room here, so you can make this bigger or smaller depending on how many comps that you have available. And then once you have it, you can go ahead and copy it. So if you have another area too that has some pretty good deals, you can just copy this, and then you can change out the pictures and the content here. I wouldn't get too crazy on the content. So a lot of people, want to like put a whole bunch of information about the listing in here. I wouldn't. I would just put probably the square footage. Oops, I put a period instead of a comma. I would just put like the square footage, and then how much per square foot that it's sold for, so that you can kind of have more of an apples to apples comparison here. Because if you were to just put like total sale, and then this one was like 3 million, this one was 1 million, but they're still like the same price per square foot, it just gives you kind of a better idea of what things were sold for. Same with leases as well. Instead of doing like a total or per month, I would put per square foot, just so that people can get really good apples to apples comparison, and to really get the better idea of like how that is going to affect them. So once you have this all finished, all you have to do is hit File, Download, and then PDF. And then you can distribute it as you need to, as you hear those objections, and also to your warm list, and also to your cold as well. All right, so that is how you create a blank, that is how you create a lead magnet with a blank template. The world is your oyster. You can use this template for any kind of idea that you have. Feel free to also, I believe you can just duplicate slide. You can make as many pages as you want to. So if you wanted to do, Phoenix and then Tempe, or, any of the other kind of cities around your area, you can go ahead and do that, or industrial, and then one from multifamily, and then you have maybe an industrial sale or industrial lease, so that you can have one for every single kind of objections that you have. All right, that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.